Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our show. Well, this week we are talking about Kirby Smart. So, what are we talking about on Kirby Smart? Well, as you know, each week we've been going through all of the NCAA, not all, but we chose 12 coaches, NCAA coaches to go through. And we have had some highlights of many. But this week, we're going to talk about the Kirby Smart Playbook on the Gridiron Leaders. So I'm Dr. Marilyn Carroll, and today, again, we're diving into Kirby Smart, the mastermind behind the Georgia Bulldogs' recent triumphs. We'll explore how Smart's leadership has reshaped Georgia football and what lessons we can draw from his strategies both on and off the field. So, in this first part, we're going to talk about the journey of Kirby Smart, and then we're going to go into his from his journey to Smart's leadership style. We're going to talk about that because this is what this is about as well. We're comparing that to leadership styles of both the NCAA coaches compared to that in corporate America. And next, we are going to, from there, we're going to build on his championship team. He won for 2023, which is we're in now, in the last week of December. They won against TCU. The score was 65-7. They won the national championship, their first, and then they tried again. But in the playoffs for this year, for the 2024 championship, they lost that game to Alabama. Then lessons from Kirby Smart's playbook, what we can take back, and how we can use it in the world of work. So let's get started. All right. I enjoyed looking more into Kirby Smart. I'm learning so much, guys. And I hope that those of you that are out there listening to our 30 to 45-minute podcast, as well as reading our article, are getting a lot from what we're discussing. And I hope that you're seeing the blend of leadership theory to style to practice. I hope that you're taking all of those and molding them together and saying, I can see that, and this is how I use my leadership style, and this is why I got stuck, and here's some of the things I can do. So it's not just for entertainment, even though this is entertainment. I hope to entertain and educate at the same time. So the journey of Kirby Smart is one of dedication and growth to me. From his days as a player at Georgia to becoming the team's head coach. Really Smart's path is a testament to his deep connection with the program. So if we talk about the experiences as a player and as assistant coach under Nick Saban at Alabama and how that shaped his coaching philosophy. Well, let's start here. Kirby Smart is the head coach, as I stated, and lauded for building a solid defensive team. A former player and defensive coordinator, again, under Nick Saban at Alabama. He was born December 23rd, 1975, in Montgomery, Alabama. Now, last week's coach was born December 23rd. So happy belated birthday to Kirby Smart. I wish you a wonderful birthday. Now, our coach we talked about last week, birthday was December 23rd as well. Or come on now. We got some Capricorn power mixed with Sagittarius going here. So, yeah, okay. He played football at the University of Georgia, where he was a defensive back from 1995 to 1998, and then Smart graduated with a degree in finance. Quite interesting. His coaching career, early, Smart began his coaching career as an administrative assistant at Georgia before moving on to various coaching positions for Valdosta State, Florida State University, LSU, and the Miami Dolphins. So Alabama influence was Smart's most notable role before becoming a head coach for and at University of Alabama under Nick Saban. He served as a defensive coordinator from 2008 to 2015, where he developed a reputation really for having one of the most robust defenses in the nation, and was part of the coaching staff that led Alabama to multiple national championships. So he knows about championships, guys, and knows how to get there. He has some good teaching. Now, his head coach at Georgia started in 2016, which is his alma mater. And under his leadership, the Georgia Bulldogs have become a powerhouse at the Southeastern Conference, the SEC, and a regular contender for national titles. His tenure really at the school has been marked by solid recruiting, excellent players, player development to me, and particularly on defense, and his consistent presence in college. So I'm going to provide you with some links to the Georgia Bulldogs official coaching bio, Kirby Smart's defensive strategies, and Smart's influence on the college football scene. Now, what about, I did a SWOT analysis. I started this one with a SWOT analysis. I'm into the SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So from a strengths perspective, his defensive expertise, renowned for his defensive acumen, having built one of the most robust defenses in college football to me. Recruiting prowess, his recruiting power. He has exceptional recruiter. He's been an exceptional recruiter, really. He consistently brings in top tier talent to Georgia. His pedigree and experience, I would have to say he's benefited from years of experience under Nick Saban and Alabama, which has gained him some valuable insights into, excuse me, championship-led coaching. Yes, I got the winter flu bug. It hits us sometimes. I didn't know my energy was kind of low, but I've been able to pull it together today to do this. And I always say, don't procrastinate, because when you do, you never know when you're going to need it. So my research and stuff was done earlier. If I had waited to do this now, guys, I don't know if I would have had the energy to do it, because I mean, whatever this winter bug I have, it just totally wiped me out. I went from 10 in the morning as a, energy level to a zero minus, well, to a minus 10 by the nighttime. Yes. Now, player development. He is known for developing players into NFL-ready athletes, particularly on the defensive side. So this man knows defense, okay? So one would say then offense may be a little challenge. So those are his strengths: his defensive expertise, recruiting powerness, pedigree and experience from having previously been under Nick Saban for a while, and his player development. So weakness, obviously, offensive consistency. While the defense is stellar, the offense has at times needed to maintain the same consistency and dominance. I would say in this particular category, offensive is very important to make those plays, to make those touchdowns, even though he got a great defense. Offensively, he's going to have to put that up. He probably want to find somebody, which I'm quite sure he is. I don't have any experience on football, but everything I've learned so far says if you're weak in some areas or have a weakness in an area, find somebody with the strength. So that's what I would say you may want to do right now. So moving on weaknesses, high expectations. The success of Smart has led to very high expectations, which can sometimes lead to intense pressure and scrutiny from the outside. Opportunities, he's already won a national championship, but he's looking to win another, maybe with a score not so high as 65-7, because it kind of seems like they were playing somebody who was weak rather than compatible to them. I'm not putting TCU down. I'm just saying. With continued strong recruitment and development, Smart's team is a good contender for another national championship, I believe. And expanding his coaching legacy, there's opportunity to establish himself further as one of the premier coaches in college football history. Innovative offensive strategies, there's room to grow and bring in offensive strategies up to a par with the defensive side of the team power. Threats. Now, we know that SEC is a competitive environment, guys. It is very competitive. The SEC is one of the most competitive conferences in college football, with powerhouses, a lot of powerhouses, and as rivals, at least 5 or 6. Coaching turnover success at Georgia could lead to his coaching staff being sought after by other programs, leading to potential turnover. And the rising expectations. Consistent success raises expectations, making anything less than a championship run potentially seen as a shortfall. Now, Kirby Smart's widely recognized as one of the top coaches again in college football. And again, he's known for his defensive expertise. So let's talk about his leadership style a little bit here. I'm so sorry. So what makes Kirby Smart a standout coach? Well, his defensive mastery is one thing. I would say his intense and passionate nature, because he's known for his intensity and passion both in practice and during games. He brings high energy and enthusiasm, inspiring motivation in his players. His leadership style demonstrates the impact of leading by example and the importance of showing commitment to your team's goals. As far as defensive mastery, since he's known for his defensive expertise, he focuses on building robust, versatile defenses, a cornerstone of his college coaching identity. Really, this reflects a leadership style that prioritizes preparation, adaptability, and strategic planning. Detail-oriented, he pays meticulous attention to details and emphasizes discipline among his players. His approach highlights the importance of precision and structure in achieving success, a principle that Smart consistently applies, I think, in coaching. His emphasis on culture and values. Smart fosters a strong team culture centered around hard work, unity, mutual respect. Now, he believes in building a cohesive team environment where players support and push each other to excellence. I love that. And this aspect really, guys, of his leadership shows the value of nurturing a positive and collaborative environment. As far as player development is concerned, I think Smart's coaching significantly focused on player development, both on and off the field. He's committed really to helping players grow, not only as athletes, but also as individuals. Really, this reflects his leadership style that values personal growth and long-term development. Adaptability and evolution. Well, known for its defense now, Smart has shown a willingness to adapt and evolve mainly as a college football coach and has seen offensive styles and strategies shift. His ability to adjust and stay competitive underscores a flexible and forward-thinking approach to leadership. As far as strong recruitment skills, Smart excels in recruiting and attracting top talent to Georgia. His ability to connect with young athletes and sell them on his vision for the program demonstrates strong communication skills and a persuasive leadership. Now, he is recruiting kids in, and that's different than, the portal. Now you can take more people that's already playing and move them around. It's a positive thing, because if I can start with somebody at the beginning and nurture and coach them and build them, that is different than somebody who's moving to the portal quite a bit. Strong, really learning and mentorship, I think, is great. Having worked on the Nick Saban, I think he's really smart how he's incorporated some of Saban's disciplined, process-oriented approach into his style while also developing his own unique methods. And for any leader, having your own unique style and methods is surely something that plays off. This shows to me, really, his leadership style that values learning from others and adapting those lessons to one's approach. So if we look at his leadership style in combination, we see that he has a leadership style that's a blend of intensity, strategic insight, attention to detail, and a focus on building a solid team culture. His approach to coaching emphasizing the game's physical and mental aspects, as well as has established him as the top coach in college football. I like him because I'm big on culture, guys. And when I say culture, I mean the culture at your job. I'm not saying race culture or anything like that. When I talk about culture, I'm talking about culture, period, and how things are transpired or performed there. And we all have our own culture that we're dealing with on a personal perspective, but we are marrying that into other cultures, and we got to find that sweet spot of where we are to marry into that one, because it's going to make us better, our values, our beliefs even stronger. So I think that his approach to coaching emphasizes the game's physical and mental aspects, has established him as one of the top coaches again in college football. I think he's definitely rooted in leadership styles that share several key characteristics with effective business leaders. And I think that it's important, which is the basis of this show, in really understanding the parallels that can provide valuable insights into how his approach can be applied to corporate settings. For example, his emphasis on team culture and values in business, just as Smart, prioritizes a strong culture built on hard work, unity, and respect. Successful business leaders understand the importance of cultivating a positive organizational structure, culture, really. And really, this involves creating an environment where employees feel valued and are motivated to collaborate and are committed to the company's mission. And then secondly, his detail-oriented and disciplined approach. In business, Smart's attention to detail and insistence on discipline mirror the need for precision and structure in business operations. And to me, it's influential business leaders must pay close attention to the details of their strategies, processes, execution, as well as ensuring consistency and quality. Now, adaptability and evolution. In business, the business world constantly evolves with new technologies, you hope. Market shifts and competitive dynamics. Smart's ability to adapt his coaching strategies is akin to the flexibility really required for business leaders to stay relevant and competitive. And then from developing talent, let's think about that. In business, similar to how Smart focuses on player development, business leaders must invest in their employees' growth. This includes not just skill development, but also nurturing leadership qualities and providing opportunities for career advancement. Passion and energy in business, Smart's passion and intensity, excuse me, can be translated into a business context as leaders' ability to inspire and motivate their team. Business leaders with genuine enthusiasm and commitment can really emphasize or energize their employees and create a more dynamic and productive work environment. I have to say this one, strong communication and persuasion. In business, Smart recruiting success hinges on his communication and persuasion skills. Communicating a vision effectively and persuading clients, stakeholders, and employees is critical for achieving buy-in and driving success. Oh, Lord, I know that one firsthand. Learning from experience and mentorship. In business, Smart's learning from mentors like Nick Saban and adapting those lessons to his context is similar to how business leaders can learn from mentors, industry leaders, and their own experiences to refine their own leadership approaches. So next, building a championship team. Well, let's look at that. The Bulldogs' recent national championship wasn't just about talent, culture, strategy, or resilience, guys. So you have to wonder, how did Smart orchestrate his triumph? I think under his leadership, with that 65-7 victory over Texas Christian University, TCU, it was a remarkable testament of his effectiveness as a coach. Their dominant performance, a victory such as a significant margin, underscores, to me, the team's dominance, especially in high-stakes game like the national championship. It reflects excellent preparation, strategy, and execution on both offense and defense. So Kirby's leadership really is a win. The win, really, to me, it further established him as one of the elite coaches in college football. Hey, they won a championship. The team development and depth, he took them all the way through. They had no losses. I mean, it was phenomenal. And then even in 2023, they had no losses except for the final game. So lessons from Kirby Smart's playbook, I would say, his impact extends beyond college football to me. And again, that's why we're doing this. His leadership offers valuable lessons for anyone, guys, anyone in a leadership role. If we look at it, various fields focusing on adaptability, team culture, and continuous development. That's for all of us. There in the article I talk about for this week, Nadella, as the CEO at Microsoft again, Nuri, Pepsi, Schultz at Starbucks, and at Xerox, who was at Xerox, Tony at Zappos, and Sheryl Sandberg at Facebook. All of these leaders and their leadership styles, I can relate a number of these because these people are spotlighted to the leaders that some of the leadership skills that Smart represents and brings to the table. And researching Smart, I found no controversies or crisis management. I found that his tenure is relatively controversy free. But he is a head coach and he's going to face a lot of pressures and high expectations. And these things are always going to be known and out there and prominent. But Kirby Smart, to me, has a lot of great qualities around culture and employee happiness, around leadership style that focuses on empowering and building resilience. I like that about him. I think, too, as we close out this segment, that turnaround that he has built at Georgia is significant as well. Culture continues to weigh heavily in all of these conversations we've had with these coaches. And the leadership styles are all transformational that I've witnessed, but they have a combination approach to leadership style. You can't just have one strength in leadership and think that's going to work. No, it seems like transformational, situational, team leadership, team focus, all of these things have a common factor in these coaches, or common leadership factors in these coaches. They're authentic. You got to be real with people. People can see right through you if you're not. That coaching leadership, which is not really a style, is more of a style than a theory, not like authentic leadership or situational leadership, team leadership, all of those, and transformational leadership, all of those are concepts, as well as servant leadership, are all concepts from theories on leadership. However, coaching leadership is not. Coaching leadership is an approach that focuses on developing people for the future, and particularly relevant in sports. But I do think it fits the style closely to dedication to player development and focus on mentorship. If you look at that in a corporate environment, this whole mentorship or people development, coaching leadership, I think is something that's very important in our world today and our corporate environments today. And I think that if we don't pay attention to it, we're going to lose out. And you got to have the right people in place to do that coaching mentorship, coaching leadership. So Kirby Smart's leadership style blends transformational, servant, situational, authentic, and team leadership theories. He adapts his approach to fit the needs of his team and situation, all while maintaining authenticity and a strong focus on developing and empowering his players, all of which I think are great. Kirby Smart is an awesome coach. And I want to thank you for joining us on this episode of Gridiron Leaders. Remember to subscribe to our insights into college football and leadership. And until next time, and maybe I will be over my winter blues, my winter sickness. Keep leading and keep inspiring, guys. Thank you all for listening to our show today. And I look forward to hearing any feedback you have to offer and to seeing you. I think we have 5 coaches left. And some of them we're going to combine together, but we have 5 coaches left, and I'm trying to finish them before the first week of January is out. So wish me luck, but I am kind of ill right now, but wish me luck. All right, take care, guys, and I look forward to our next show.